Welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 29. Open the door to knowing your worth. How much is it worth to you to stand in your power? And how much is it worth to even understand what that means to know your worth? Let's talk about it, or I'll talk about it and you listen. Understanding and valuing your own capabilities, your qualities, your talents, your contributions, that's what it means to know your worth. It's recognizing your inherent value as a person, both professionally and personally. And that it's not settling for less than you deserve in work and in relationships. There's always going to be barriers. In this lesson, it's barriers that prevent us from knowing our worth. So it's things like low self-esteem, negative self-perception from past experiences, or a distortion of our understanding of our value and our capabilities. Past experiences related to the low self-esteem, but also just a lot of failure or criticism that wasn't necessary. We weren't doing anything wrong with being told that we were. So also comparisons, particularly nowadays due to social media, which leads to unrealistic comparisons with others that can erode self-confidence, as well as negative self-talk, continuously criticizing ourselves or instilling in ourselves self-doubt, which reinforces feelings of inadequacy. External validation, relying solely on that to try to find our sense of self-worth can be extremely damaging and actually is what we don't want. Instead, we want to seek our own true self-worth, which comes from within. Fear of failure is another reason that we're not able to pursue our sense of self-worth, because we've got this lack of fulfillment and we're afraid to take risks and through taking risks, pursuing our goals. So trauma is another reason where we're not able to attain a sense of self-worth. And when trauma and abuse have deeply impacted our sense of self-worth, and it makes it difficult to see ourselves as value and deserving of love and respect. We might feel like damaged goods. Also, perfectionism is another point about what stops us from knowing our self-worth. So when others try to diminish our self-worth, it can usually stem from their own insecurities and issues. And that's a pretty big point and something to keep in mind always when we're receiving criticism or unwanted feedback from someone. And if it's in a negative way and intended to diminish our sense of self-worth, remember that this person is speaking from their own issues, their own past, possibly insecurities or even jealousy. So, although it's not easy, try not to internalize their negativity and instead surround yourself, with positive thoughts. Don't let the negativity take over, and practice discernment and wisdom in these situations. Seek support if needed. If there's someone in particular in your life is consistently attempting to diminish your self-worth, then seek support to help process and overcome that, as well as addressing it in a thoughtful and non-confrontational way with the person. That's what I would do. So, how to know your worth and live your life from a place of knowing. And this can be a lifelong journey for a lot of people. And something that we all tend to struggle with on one level or another. So here's some tips for you, some proactive steps that you can take towards knowing your self-worth. Number one, self-awareness, reflecting on your strengths and recognizing your uniqueness and what sets you apart from others. What are your skills and your talents and your accomplishments? Number two, set boundaries. Establish these boundaries in your relationships, your work, and your personal life. And it helps others to understand what you're willing to accept and not accept. Number three, self-care. Activities that nurture our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. reinforce our sense of self-worth. And so make time for rest and relaxation, but also activities that bring you joy, playful kind of stuff. Number 4, seek feedback from family, friends, trusted individuals to understand how they perceive your strengths and accomplishments to build your sense of self-worth. And number 5, set goals and then define and work toward accomplishing those. And this is a huge boost in confidence and reinforces your sense of self-worth. Number 6, learn from setbacks and embrace them as opportunities for growth. Mistakes don't define your worth. It's how you respond and learn from those mistakes that matters. And always take it with you. Take the grain of wisdom, leave the rest behind. Number 7, practice self-compassion, especially during challenging times. And treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Remember that it's okay to not be perfect, and it's okay to have flaws, and that's normal. Number 8, practice gratitude, cultivate an attitude of gratitude for all that you have and that you do have, and try to find some fulfillment in that. Surround yourself with positivity through supporting and uplifting people who appreciate your worth, and then embrace your own authenticity, as I mentioned earlier. What makes you you? How are you unique from others? What are your talents and skills? And be at peace with that and be happy with that. Here's a few affirmations that you can use to help increase your sense of self-worth. The first one is, I am worthy of love and respect exactly as I am. And the next one says, I am worthy of all the good things life has to offer. And you can always make up your own, by the way. You don't have... I'm not the boss of you, right? Here's another idea. Though I am enough, just as I am, and I deserve to take up space in this world. Affirmations to build our sense of worthiness. We're going to do meditation next in just a few minutes. So for those who are sticking around, just be patient here for just a minute while I say goodbye to everyone else. I so appreciate the support, and I will see you again soon. And coming up next is our meditation for self-worth.